Welcome to my channel, guys. It's Dave again with an update on a milestone. So 1 week on Mounjaro. And I wanted to take a little bit of time tonight to update you on the last week to give you kind of an idea of how things have been going for me and hopefully encourage you along in your journey. I know specifically when I started this series of videos on the Mounjaro, I noticed that when I was starting, when I start anything, whether it's a new medication, a new diet, I get a new tool, I have a project around the house, it's always YouTube. And what I noticed right away with Mounjaro is that there's really not a lot of guys that are out there doing these videos. So I want to give you guys an idea of kind of what to expect, especially if you're a heavier guy like me. I started this journey at 312 pounds at the doctor a week ago. So I want to give you a little bit of a update on the week that I had, kind of where I'm at today, and what I'm looking at towards the future. So I started last Wednesday and started on the 2.5 milligrams. Took it. I didn't really notice anything for a couple of days. Maybe that second day, I started to notice a little bit of curbing of my appetite, which was an exciting thing. On the third day, I decided, which was Saturday, I decided that I wanted to kind of switch things up and take the Mounjaro on Saturdays instead of Wednesdays when I got it. So I was eager to start. So as soon as I got it, I popped it. I was just excited to get started, but then I was like, Wednesdays aren't good for me. And I'm actually traveling this week. So I had kind of this week in mind. Like I didn't really want to travel with the medication, all that jazz. So anyways, took it again on Saturday because per the website, you can change your day as long as 72 hours has elapsed from your dose, your previous dose. So I took another one on Saturday. So I have a 2.5 on Wednesday, 2.5 on Saturday. Guys, I haven't really had a single side effect from this. I've had a little bit of heartburn, nothing to write home about. Just popped a couple of Tums and I was good to go. I have noticed a curbing of my appetite, so I can go most of the day without eating. And, you know, kind of my doctor's recommendation, being a type 2 diabetic, that's the other thing, is there's a lot of people that are taking Mounjaro that aren't type 2 diabetic. I am. So this is controlling my blood sugar. I'm very insulin resistant, so when you eat, you make insulin. So as a type 2 diabetic, one of the best things you can do to reduce your insulin levels and your insulin resistance is just to not eat. So I've been kind of just letting my body tell me when it's time to eat, and then I eat, and I've been eating kind of whatever I want to eat. And I have noticed that the Mounjaro will make me feel fuller faster than I normally would. And I'm a fast eater, so I got some bad habits to kind of break through in this whole process. But yeah, so here we are. It's Tuesday night. I'm actually on the road for work, and I probably will be tested a little bit this week just because being on the road is difficult to eat healthy. Gosh, I probably packed on a pretty significant amount of weight just from eating like crap on the road. I'm not a traveling salesperson, but I do travel quite a bit in my role here with my company. So yeah, got a trade show that I'm attending. I'm actually riding solo on this trade show, and it's a big national show that I'm doing. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how it goes. I won't have a lot of time to eat. I think the Mounjaro will help me along with that because, again, I really don't think about food until, you know, later in the afternoon, 2 or 3. And then I've been eating about one meal. So kind of a loose OMAD since I started it. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, how much weight have you lost? I stepped on a scale at the doctor's office and I was 312. And this morning I was 311. So I lost a pound. I'm happy to report that my blood sugars, even though I haven't been eating strict keto, maybe just more low carb when I eat, keeping maybe under like 50 grams of carbohydrates for the meal that I've been eating. My blood sugars are really good. They're kind of dropping back into that normal range. And so the Mounjaro at this dose, even though it's not technically a therapeutic dose, it's more of a a dose that you start lighter on to see how your body responds, and make sure you're not going to have a bunch of bad side effects with the higher dose, especially since it lasts like 5 days in your system. Yeah, I don't think there's much else I wanted to cover. I'm hopeful that as we increase the dosage, the plan per my doctor is to do a month of 5 milligrams after this, and then 7.5 and 10, and just move on until we hit whatever dose that he feels like I'm hitting all my numbers. And I know the weight loss is especially important to him, and it is to me as well. So yeah, so if you guys have any questions for me, drop them in the comments. I hope that you'll also like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe is the big one. If you can subscribe to my channel, that helps me grow this thing out a little bit, and it's a little bit more motivation for me to continue to do these videos. And I'm happy to share, and answer any questions that you guys have as we move along in this journey together. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're having a great week. I hope that as you are either looking to begin the journey or you're in the middle of the journey, that you can find some encouragement here, because being on a health journey and being intentional about that is a hard process, but it's so worth it, and I'm excited to do it together. So I hope you'll have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.